Now there's a story from NFL insider Jordan Schultz, who says the Commanders have been exploring trades involving Brian Robinson Jr.
I'm going to borrow EB's back padding machine.
Starting to think it's yours. You've been using it a lot.
All right, I'm going to take it over here, put it on my chair for a minute. Who's been crowing for like 6 or 9 months that B-Rob is not special? He's obviously not in their plans going forward, and he's a very replacement level running back.
My only problem with what you're saying, the way you're phrasing it, is name one person who has said he's special.
I'm not.
Can you name that guy?
I've never claimed anybody.
Did Drab say he was special?
No,
Valdez, me?
I think
Mar, EB?
I think some people think that he's more valuable than he actually is.
No, I think it is a day for Cakes to crow, because at the end of the day, it's over. Like when these reports leak out like this right before it's over. Yeah. Like Brian Robinson will not be a part of this football team in 2025. So it is a day for Cakes.
Well, I think he still might.
I think it's unlikely. If the best they're going to get is a 7th rounder, so they're probably just going to cut him.
But Schultz said, all right, he says the Commanders do like their depth at running back, but could move the 26-year-old for the right price.
I think
I don't think it's definitive.
The right price is anything anybody offers.
I think it's over. I think Brian Robinson's moving on. So
do you think they should trade him? I put this up as our poll of the day, brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka, the perfect addition to any gathering. Each can only 100 calories with 0 carbonation for easy sipping. You can find Surfside at your local bars and in convenient variety 8-packs at your local liquor stores. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly. Should they trade Brian Robinson? I'm going to be the contrarian, I guess. I don't think they should trade him. I mean, Krusky Merritt, Bill, not proven. Austin Eckler, 2 concussions last year. And the rest of the guys are Jags.
I think they feel like they can replicate B-Rob's production, if not go above it, by combining Krosky Merritt and Chris Rodriguez and Austin Eckler.
They think
anybody else that's in camp that...
If you hear them talk, they always refer to how deep that running back room is.
Yeah.
And so I think they think they're all very similar pieces. And so I think Cakes is right. I think it's over for Brian Robinson. And they'll either move him or they're just going to cut him.
Yeah, if he's not in your plans for either this year and clearly not next year, get something for him. You'd rather have an extra pick, even if it's in the 6th or 7th round. You'll take the pick.
They believe it or not, they like McNichols, they like Rodriguez, and I remember I just saw Cliff Kingsbury talking about it the other day. He thought Brian Robinson had his best practice the other day. He said, but
maybe they're upselling him.
It spoke to that the others weren't so great. And he finally had a good practice.
And Adam Peters, he was in San Francisco. He's been around special running backs like Christian McCaffrey. So he knows the 5 or 6 that are real difference makers in the league. McCaffrey, Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry. There's only like a handful of those guys.
Nobody's disputing
So if you don't have that guy and you don't have plans on keeping the guy that you currently have, I have no problem with them moving on from him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn on it. The only thing I'll say is that Cakes was always like he's nothing, he's like garbage, but like serviceable garbage. But Standing said last week, no, he's not even going to be on the roster. That's when it started to leak out, and I didn't believe it.
Well, he said that it was possible.
Yeah,
he didn't say definitively I think he's going to be cut.
I didn't think it would get to the point where they would just outright cut him, because that's clearly in their brains, because
it's over.
Now the news is circulating that, okay, he's on the market. Anybody want to give us a 7th rounder for him? We'll take. This is a flare going up in the air saying,
which usually happens before you cut a guy.
We'll take anything for this guy.
Yeah, and they're not going to give it to you unless they think there might be 2 or 3 other teams that might put a bid in for him.
Right.
So, at best, you're going to get a 7th rounder.
If you're a team that needs running back help, I'm not giving up a pick. I'm just going to wait for the Commanders to cut him.
It's over.
Because the writing is on the wall.
I've brought this up several times. If you looked at the first half of his season last year, he was very productive.
Yeah. I know.
He finished with 8 touchdowns, 799 yards. But the first half of the season in particular was really strong. Then he had some injuries. Look, he was frustrated at times. When he started coming on this show, there were times when he wasn't playing.
Yep.
But I think they should keep him. These other guys, McNichols, Rodriguez, Bill, none of them proven. Right. Rodriguez, when he's been in, has pop, but it's been such limited amount of carries.
It tells me they've seen enough from Krosky Merritt where they would be comfortable with letting B-Rob go. They've seen enough.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd hold on to him for a year and just let him walk at the end of the year.
I think they still might.
It's possible.
You're convinced. EB's convinced that he's going to be gone.
This is just as a.
It is a smoke signal. I get it.
This smoke signal, when it happens, these guys always get cut.
Yeah.
No one usually trades for them, and they just end up getting cut because the team's not going to give you anything when they know you're going to cut them in a week.
First half of the season last year, weeks 1 through 8, he gave you 6 touchdowns and 461 yards, was averaging 4.6 yards a pop.
I'm not saying he's the worst running back in the league. Far from it. He's fine. He's a guy that's going to grind out 900-ish yards, and in a good year, he'll score 8 or 9 touchdowns, which you would take from a mid-round pick. Mm-hmm. But they didn't draft him. They clearly don't love him. I don't even think they like him. So, they're just trying to move on from him.
I thought that they.
So if he's gone,
I thought they liked him, and they liked the room. He's a fine guy, and he's tough. But that he's not distinguishable from the other guys at this point.
If he's gone, who's your number one back, Cakes?
Krosky Merritt gets 12 to 15 carries. Then I mix in Chris Rodriguez.
I think it's a committee.
And I look around the league and see what other expendable running backs have been released. I'm sure that's the way that Adam Peters and his front office are looking at it.
I think they think that they have enough good quality guys that if they unload B-Rob, they'll just make the others work. I would be surprised if they picked up somebody else.
Krosky Merritt, again, he's a 7th rounder, but he plummeted in the draft because he only played 1 game last year. He's probably as talented or more talented than B-Rob. He was just in a bad situation. Mm-hmm. So Peters looks at him and says, well, I've got a guy who's as good or better than B-Rob. Why am I not giving him 12 to 15 carries per game?
It also speaks to the idea, which I don't like, because I think at the end of the day, all they care about is we just want to win with whoever. But it speaks to the idea that they didn't draft him and that they they want to keep their own guys at the end of the day. They would prefer their own guys.
I'll place a bet right now that Krosky Merritt leads the team in carries week 1.
Just in week 1?
I'll take that bet.
I'll take the bet too.
I'll take that bet.
$2 a piece. Chalk them up, Valdez. And I'll buy a round of them around the horn. He leads the Commanders in carries week 1.
I'm also going to bicker with he's more talented than Brian Robinson.
I said he could be as talented or more talented.
If so, the likelihood is that he wouldn't have gone to Alabama State versus Alabama. I'm going to guess that the guy who went to Alabama was drafted in the 3rd round
that may be the case.
Is more talented than the guy that went to Alabama State, New Mexico, and then ended up at Arizona and got picked in the 7th round. I agree.
Through cracks all the time.
Do you know what he was coming out of high school?
I don't.
A 0-star recruit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't really mean anything.
I'm just saying he's saying that one's more talent. I'm guessing that Brian Robinson was probably a 4 or 5 star.
I'll tell you this, and I know Drab didn't see it when he saw it, but I saw life in his legs. I saw a little more life to his running style. So I can understand it. If I was there every day seeing him, being excited maybe.
Oh, I think there could be something there. I just think people are nuts putting a 7th round draft pick as your lead back going into week 1 of a championship hopeful
I think it's just going to be a committee
season. I mean, the guy has fumbling problems. You're going to get rid of Brian Robinson, or Eckler can't stay healthy, so maybe Rodriguez and McNichols will be a part of that. I just don't. This is not going to be the Bill show.
I'm not saying he's Derrick Henry. Yeah. I'm just saying
the Bill cow. I think people are getting carried away
that.
With him a little bit. This is preseason. Everyone sees a guy that you just fall in love with, and you think he's going to be the next,
I could be falling prey to that.
I mean, maybe I'm missing it. I just think he'll be on the team. I just don't think he's going to be getting 15 carries in week 1.
I said 12 to 15 in week 1.
The thing is, if he is going to be on the team, that McNichols apparently is a big special teams guy. They like Rodriguez. It's just a numbers thing. You know what I mean? It's just a numbers thing.
I mean, he doesn't even play special teams, and he hasn't.
I think they really like him.
That shows. How,
I don't think it's fake.
That shows how much they like him. If he doesn't contribute at all on special teams, and they're willing to move on from B-Rob, tells you something.
I think they really like him.
I think they're going to keep Brian Robinson Jr. They might be exploring trades, but if they don't get what they want,
they floated a name out for a trade a week before a cut down, and that guy didn't get cut or traded?
I don't know. Give me the last 5 where they did. I haven't done the research.
I don't know. It just seems to me. It just seems to me that when this stuff starts to happen right before it's inevitable, like they're gone.
Give me 2 or 3 examples.
I don't know. It's early, dude.
Exactly. You're telling me to come up with examples. Look, it may happen. You're definitely hearing a lot more noise, and we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Like, to us, B-Rob's a good dude. He came on the show. He was very frank and honest with us, but who knows? Maybe he doesn't fit into the chemistry. I have no idea.
If Bill has 7
I
carries,
just know he was the most productive. He is the most productive of those guys.
That's true. But if Bill has 7 carries on the first possession against the Giants, you guys are all shipping me $2.
I didn't make it. I didn't make any bet. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, just drown.
I made the bet too.
You think he's getting 7 carries?
I said
I'll bet you.
Maybe they have a
$500. He doesn't get 7 carries on the first drive.
Maybe they have a 15-play drive to start the season.
Did you watch him in the first preseason game, Cakes?
I watched a little bit. Yes.
Okay.
I saw what I needed to see. So is Adam Peters.
Yeah. He's going to miss 1 block, and Jaden's going to get crunched, and he's not going to see the field again. That's what's going to happen.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm out like $8.
You're down on him.
All right, got to take a break.
I mean, that's a pretty stark difference between your opinion of him and Cakes'.
We'll see.
Yep.
Coming up next, we'll continue to talk about the Commanders as we hit the skins. Our NFL talk presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.